Do I dance now? Do I?
Well, you could. We got to do that whole
exciting.
10-second lag thing that Kevin talks about. Like sometimes I wonder if he was lying. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a warm welcome that we will not be able to hear unless you just do it in the comments.
Ooh, we have a comment already.
Michelle's always a fast one on there. Man. It's like she's got her beverage sitting next to her computer or phone or tablet. Hello, Annette. And she's ready. I don't know what she's drinking right now, but I'm sure
like a Four Loko or something.
A Four Loko. Hello, Kat. She's probably drinking an Alabama Slammer actually, because she lives in Auburn, Alabama. So
what's an Alabama Slammer? It sounds fun.
Well, would you like to field that one, Michelle? Because I know I saw a lot of people consuming them back in the bar days when I used to play shows. Hello, Kat, Ryan, and Kathleen Veglio, and Heather, and Sandy, and Bren. Look, there's people already asking questions.
Yeah, they're going. They want. Shut up, Ernie, and just let Nick answer all our questions. That's what it sounds like.
Blue Moon. Michelle's drinking Blue Moon iced coffee blonde. Hello, Valerie.
Okay.
No cocktail for you yet. That's okay, Valerie. You're one of the winners of contest number 1 from the Second Sign contest. So I meant to announce that yesterday, and I've been extremely irresponsible this week. Hello, Jan and Joni.
The problem is whenever I share it, I have to do it on my phone, and it's always on. The noise is always on, so people always hear the 10-second delay. I was gonna just wait to see if anybody actually showed up before I wanted to share it. I don't want to be sharing videos where I'm like, "Hey, it's me and Ernie," and 0 people watching.
Oh no, there's about 16 to 20,000 people. Oh, 24,000 people right now are watching this live. You can see up here in the top, and it just dropped to 23,000.
23,000. Yep.
Wow. Oh wait, that's 23.
No, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna draw
it's
a little
like television rules. Like one complaint equals 1 billion people in real life.
Oh, hello, Kevin and Paula. I'm gonna do all the hellos. Someone's drinking a margarita. Kat. Catherine, you made a live event. The kids are at the lab. Yes. The kids.
Here we go. I'm sharing.
Very funny, by the way. Hello, William. It's good to have Hugh here. And yes. All right. Yeah, the faithful are here, plus some new faces. Excellent. Well, I was going to say welcome to Drinks with Dempsey. And if you don't know who I am, I have no idea how you found me. But I'm Ernest. You can call me Ernie. Hello, Sam Nosh. And this is
and going down Facebook, the video one, and scrolling around and clicking on random videos, and this is the one they ended up with. So welcome, random person who doesn't know who you are.
Yes. And this is my friend. I want to say good friend, but I've never actually hung out with him in person yet. So, which is a strange thing. We've hung out digitally, like many of the other guests here, but he's the author of the famous Twilight series, as well as the 50 Shades series.
That's right.
And you might have thought it was someone else, but this is the guy that wrote all of those books. There is no truth behind that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nick Thacker. I need a button for crowd noise.
Cloud noise.
Big thunderclap. So
no, like Stratosaurus clouds.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can't hear it all. Just
look at you, who has meteorology for a hobby.
You like that? Yeah.
Yes, I do like that.
Cumulonimbus, but I mean, Stratosaurus is a lot more fun.
I mean, but cumulonimbus is pretty cliche, right? I mean,
it's pretty right. So I had to go with something I had to dig a little deeper for you.
You really did, and because I feel like you knew that I knew a little bit about clouds, not as much as I used to know. But
I used to know more about clouds. I used to care about a lot less in my life.
Wait, you care
hang out with my friends, or I could sit here and learn about clouds again. That was kind of me in a nutshell, I think, every night, right?
Wait, so now you care more about things than less?
You know,
Because usually as you get older, you care less about things.
well,
You're like, screw it.
I care about more important things and less about less important things like clouds.
Awesome. Clouds. Well, let's say hello to Jim. I think I said hi to Sandy already, and Paula as well. She said that she loves your books, and both of you are amazing authors, except I think she was speaking mostly to you.
Pretty sure she was talking mostly to you.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
what she doesn't know is that we're actually the same person, and we're just a pen name for each other.
And our pen name is Kevin Tomlinson.
This whole video is like a deep fake thing. There's really just Kevin putting two different like faces on and talking to himself.
Yeah, you can't see the strings attached to us, but they're there. We're just ventriloquist dummies.
I feel like where to sit. You got like a whole thing set up. I'm sitting here like I gotta loosen up a little bit here.
You have the earbuds though. Like you have the cool. Like I still have the old school wired things, and I feel a little behind the times.
AirPods Pro, man, that's where it's at.
Well, you know, Kevin has this whole professional looking setup where
it looks professional,
and and don't let him tell you otherwise. He purposely gets a lot of his gear in the camera shot to make 100%. It even look more. He's so vain.
That's the thing. I mean, really, he's just recording on his phone. He's got his phone set up.
But you know what? I don't even think that microphone's real. I think it's a prop. That looks like a $10,000 studio mic that he's got there.
And it's just a prop.
It's a prop.
It's like a foam microphone.
He disgusts me. He sickens me. I need to have him on the show again, though.
Where is he, by the way? I mean, you and I are together. I figured he'd be around somewhere close by.
He doesn't watch the show. He does like 57 podcasts. He's probably doing one of those right now, or two at a time. Like he's got his fake microphone.
But who's he talking to? Because we're on this show. So, like,
he doesn't know that many
possible
people.
Author would he be able to talk to? You and I are both here. Kevin's probably just doing. Oh, he's got the Kevin show. He's just talking to himself. That's what he's doing.
I do like the Kevin show, and the episode with you guys in the car was.
Did you see that one? That was a good one. Go watch the Kevin show if you haven't seen it. Watchers, viewers. What do we call the people here? Readers or reader friends? Reader friends.
Yes, reader friends.
Reader friends.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like it feels wrong to say fans or readers. Like it feels transactional almost, and I don't like that. I like the community vibe that we have going on here. It's fun, and it's always a good time. So let's see. I want to see what else, if I've missed anybody else. Hello, Melissa. And yeah, the crowd goes wild. Good one, Catherine. Ernie's fibbing. I'm always fibbing. I fib for a living. I talk. We both do. We are professional liars. Think about that.
I write nonfiction, but I just make it seem like fiction.
Excellent.
Sam said I thought I would be wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. So I got fat and I don't fit into my Hawaiian shirts. That's something I'm working on slowly, very slowly. I've got some around here somewhere. I've got some cool Hawaiian shirts. That's a big deal, man. Like, so you get out to Hawaii. I always thought it was just kind of a thing that mainlanders thought Hawaiians did. You know, I didn't think it was actually like a big deal, but like everybody wears Hawaiian shirts out there for everything.
They're breathable, aren't they?
Well, yeah, they're great. And like my friend is a lawyer out in Honolulu, and we saw him walking up and down the street, you know, during lunch break or whatever, lunchtime. I don't know how if they allow him to go on breaks. I don't know what they call it for legal people. But we were walking around trying to find lunch, and he was walking around, and we saw him, and he's wearing like khaki pants and a Hawaiian shirt, and that's what he wears to work. And everybody just Hawaiian shirts, man. It's all the rage.
So, in case you guys didn't know, I've been trying to get Nick on the show now for a while, and that's only partly true because I wanted to have him on the show within the first couple of weeks, but he was in the process of selling his house, uprooting, and moving to Hawaii, and so which is extremely exciting, I think, and I can't wait to see your place when you get there and see pictures when you get there. And I think it's really cool that you're moving there. And you've spent a lot of time there. You were there, what, last year for like 6 or 8 months or something?
Yeah, we did a couple winters there. And then we got back, and my wife and I were just like, we just need to go back there and just live there forever.
And you were in a great place. Colorado's awesome.
Colorado's probably the second best place to live on the planet,
next to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Wow.
So we needed an upgrade, you know.
Wow.
No, it was great, but yeah, I mean Hawaii. There's just nothing like it, right? So we sold everything we own for the most part. I still have got a hard drive. I still own that. Actually, I have 3 hard drives. But other than that, we sold everything we own.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. And the shirt on your back.
This isn't a shirt. I'm really hairy, and I'm going gray. So
I would have also accepted green screen shirts. So like you have a green screen behind you,
and there's just a hole for my head, and the rest is green screen.
It makes it look like you got a shirt on.
Yeah. It's really, really advanced technology here. Kathleen asked which island. We're actually going to be in Big Island, so that's Hawaii Island. That is where the active volcano is. 12 out of 13 climate zones. So you can go desert on one side, rainforest on the other side, volcano. You can actually ski off Mauna Kea. So that'll be fun. Yeah, we'll go snow skiing, and 2 hours later be at the beach. It'll be fun.
I didn't know any of that. I'm learning new things about geography. Now, I know that people have been needling me about this, and I want to know have you done this yet? Because I've only checked out Enigma so far. But are you planning on doing a deeply embedded Hawaiian thing where it's like a ton of, or have you already done it?
I haven't done it. Do you mean like a book like set in Hawaii or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have not planned it yet, but I have an idea that I want to put a character. He's like part Hawaiian, you know, like grew up there and, you know, born and raised there.
Yeah.
And he's the main character of this like kind of detective series where he goes around and like fights crime on the islands.
Yeah, I had this idea for something similar to that, where there's this guy who's a private eye that lives on the island, and he drives like a Ferrari, like a red Ferrari. You know, has like a really thick mustache and wears like shorts with Hawaiian shirts. And,
yeah, I feel like that's pretty unique. I don't think anyone's ever seen something like that before.
Yeah, you know, like kind of like he's sort of like a rich playboy, but a private eye seeking justice for, you know, the people and all that.
Like Magnum or Trojan or something like that.
Yeah, I would name him like Magnum something maybe. That's a really good idea. Magnum Magnum private investigator.
I like that. That's cool. You should go with that, man.
Yeah,
I bet that would take off. I could see someone like Tom Selleck being like the main character. Like,
man, you know, that would be amazing. My mom was so in love with Tom Selleck. I remember in the 80s talking about, like, she was talking about how good looking he was. And I'm like, Dad's standing right there. Like, is this what marriage is like? Is this what I have to look forward to?
Well,
looking at the grass on the other side.
It's your fault for not looking like Tom Selleck, I guess, right? That's the moral of the story. Grow a better mustache, Ernie.
You know what? It's hard for a Mick like me to look like Tom Selleck. The Irish, we struggle with that. We can look a little bit like the Swedes and the Danes.
You do a good job looking white.
Because we're related to them. So when I went to Denmark, I looked like a lot of the dudes there. Except their tan was better. I'm like, how is this? You guys are close to the Arctic Circle. I live in Tennessee where we have sun all the time. No, still more tanned. Makes no sense.
Trust me, I'm not going to be able to get tanned either. Living on the beach.
Hey, here's to burning and peeling, my friend.
There you go. No, I'm Kathy. I'm on the Hilo side or will be. We're buying a house in a little town called Kiao, so it's gonna be about 25 minutes from Hilo. Short shorts. I got short shorts on.
I'm
Yeah,
reading
actually-
these comments and I'm dying. Catherine saying we need those short shorts and a Detroit Tigers hat. That's awesome. And that says she knows another author who lives in Hawaii.
I didn't know Rebecca Cantrell was out there. I should reach out to her. That's cool.
It's a big name. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know of her. Read her James Rollins stuff.
Yep. I would love to get Jim on the show. I don't know that I could angle it. But it's worth a try. He's so
yeah, but I mean, once you have me on the show, I'm not really sure there's any need to have a thriller author on anymore.
You know what, man? Listen, in every
you've reached your peak here with me. I mean, come on, like this is.
But you know what?
You have like 30 people watching right now. I mean, that's pretty much big time, dude.
30,000.
30,000. That's what I meant. Yeah.
You've set a record so far, and yeah. But listen, like in every NASCAR race, second place pays pretty good. Third place pays pretty good. So all these guys that are drafting you, they're coming around, finishing in second. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try. They're not going to beat Dale Earnhardt. You're the Dale Earnhardt.
I don't understand anything that you're saying right now. So none of that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
I heard car, but it was part of another word. I don't really know what
you're not from the South.
In Colorado, so
okay. You do know what drafting is, right? Not in the writer sense of the like.
There's like a drafting table, and you stand up and you write all over it. Yeah, I know what that is.
When you're in car racing or even cycling, and you tuck in behind the racer in front of you, and you get real close to him within inches.
Is that where you wear the really really tight pants and you like ride like a kid's bike?
Yes, it's physics.
It's like exercise.
Yes. You do.
No, I know what drafting is from growing up in Texas. I had this little Toyota truck. It was before they came out with the Tacoma. It's just called a truck. This little tiny thing, little four banger, and you'd get behind like a pick or a semi, right? And like one of these 18-wheelers, and you'd get right behind them, and it would like suck you forward, and you could just sit there and gas off, foot off the gas pedal, and just ride, right?
Okay.
I've also seen Talladega Nights.
Yes. Okay. That's
historically accurate, I believe.
Did you see Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise?
I saw Days of Thunder, but
Paul Kidman.
When did that come out? Was that?
I don't know. 89, 88. 80? It was great. 90.
I don't know. How old it was in 88. You want to guess? Anybody out there want to guess? We'll open this up to the fans. Oh wait, we're not calling them fans.
What's the question?
How old do you think I was when in 88? We don't know if it came out in 88 or not, so we'll just say 88.
If only there was a machine we could use.
I'm not in that machine.
1990 was when the movie was released.
Okay. How old was I in 1990?
Yeah, give some guesses to that question.
Ask him, Ernie. He will probably do it. He's done Facebook Live events before. I'm reading that. 18.
Oh, ask him. Yeah. Ooh, 18? No.
Not that great yet. I mean, come on, Mia.
No, you were probably
16 years old. This is just clean living.
Kevin's the oldest of the three of us. So
by far. He's like 89 years old.
Yeah, he's older than the both of us. Which always surprises me because he has such a youthful appearance and a youthful curiosity. It's
the youthful curiosity that really intrigues me about him.
Have you ever been to a conference with him? Like
I have been to a few conferences with him.
He walks into the room, and Kevin Tomlinson.
Who else?
And thank you, Mia, for posting that, by the way, for the 1990. Kevin Tomlinson walks in, and he has this sort of just childlike innocence as he looks around the room, looks for a person to talk to, or not, or just a free coffee. And you put the website. By the way, you're the first to respond in the comments over there, by the way, because like nobody else has done that yet. You're the first one.
I'm the first one.
You and I. So Paula said you were 10. That's actually a pretty good guess, I think.
It's a good guess, I guess. 2 years old, Joni, Miles, Hinton.
19.
She's the closest.
Yeah, she's
1920 at the most.
I want to know the answer because I don't remember how old you are.
Well, stay tuned, and we will tell you right before the end of the show. How's that for?
I love it.
Burying the lead,
I love
right?
it
Just
because we'll talk about your books at the end of the show, and we'll talk about how old you are. I am looking back up through here. Paula loves your Harvey Bennett series, she said.
Oh, thanks, Paula.
And,
I love it too. It's made me some decent money, and the characters are fun. And I think what I like the most about that series is I get to explore the world through the eyes of these characters. Because I didn't do it on purpose, but inadvertently the formula became you drop a bad guy somewhere around the world and have them create something that is going to do something really bad, and then have Harvey Bennett and friends go try to blow it up.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the adventure formula. I didn't come up with it, but that's really it. That's what it is.
I love it. And it's working.
Working.
Keep doing it. Hello, Denise. And Richard wants to know, former guest on the show, and he's going to be having a show pretty soon, he said, but he's holding off on it. He wants to know, what are you guys drinking tonight? And Marva asked if I was drinking Long Island iced tea.
Saw that one. Yeah. The world needs to know, Dempsey.
I'm drinking iced tea. What are you drinking, Kevin? Kevin. I'm thinking about Kevin now. I mean, Nick.
When are we not thinking about Kevin, right?
I don't know why I called him Kevin. That's weird. They're not the same person.
I mean, no, totally not the same person.
In broadcast.
Don't click that link I posted either.
They're on to us.
I was drinking rum and Coke just to get my little tropical fix.
You got to do that.
I've been cutting back on the sodas.
Yeah.
This was a special occasion. You're special to me.
Thank you.
You have a special place in my life. I don't know what people say. I don't do emotion, so I've heard this phrase, but I'm not sure how to end it.
You have a special place in my spam folder. Is that right? Spam folder?
In my junk mailbox. So rum and Coke for me, that's sort of my go-to, honestly, and that's part of the reason why I have to cut back on sodas, because it's Diet Coke, but chemicals. Thanks, Paula. Rum and Coke rocks. It does rock.
And Paula said you were 47 in 1990.
You know what, Paula? Never mind. Rum and Coke is terrible. Okay, just for that. I'm never drinking rum and Coke again.
Kathy's on her Diet Dr. Pepper as always, and Annette's drink. She's cranked it up a notch with the A&W.
A&W.
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Oh yeah, it's got to have a lime in it. Absolutely.
Look at that.
Cuba Libre.
Look at you, fancy pants, Richard C. Hale. Okay, we got today's sponsored by A&W.
Yeah, no joke. These guys are all shills for A&W. So I gotta ask these A&W people: is this just, do you like A&W, or does it you just like root beer and A&W is the one you've got right now? Because root beer, that's a big. We could talk all day about root beer.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean? Topic. Like you got all kinds of root beer flavors. You got all kinds of different styles. You even have alcoholic root beer for you.
You're right, Kat. You're so right, Kat. Mia disagrees about the tequila.
I might be doing tequila later. It's Friday night at my parents' house. They have a margarita machine. You seen these things? It's like a blender on steroids, man, with shaves the ice and dumps it in there. And
oh yeah. My wife gets one for her Halloween party every year.
There you go.
She throws a huge Halloween party for her office. And people have already been asking her. They're like, is the Halloween party going to happen? What's going on? And she's like, I don't know. But Halloween's on a Saturday night, so everybody's all excited. So
this is her moment, man.
This is a year to do a masked theme. Like everyone wears a mask.
Everyone wears a mask. Everyone's a nurse. Everyone's a doctor.
And they all are that. So
that's right. Yeah, that's right. She's a nurse, isn't she?
She's a nurse practitioner for now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if if some things change here in the next couple of hours. We're gonna drop off the map and move far away to a secret location I call NORAD.
And that's Giant Mountain. I used to live next to it.
Yeah,
it's not super secret. but way to, you know,
It's
way to out yourself already. We've all seen War Games, man. We know exactly where NORAD is.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to come up with a new
Well,
plan.
it's in Wyoming. So
Oh, that one. The other NORAD.
the other NORAD. I was fine. I didn't mean I meant Greenbrier Bunker or whatever that is in Virginia. We were supposed to go to that this summer.
Doing the grid thing, right? You're going off the grid, aren't you?
No, yes and no. We yes, Kat, I know. I've got to get the Sean Wyatt mask thing. I even told my wife about that. Here's the thing. She's not great with designing custom. I mean, she's good with sewing the fabrics, but she's not really great with big screen printing or she's even like right designing.
Listening.
She's not watching. She's
listening
downstairs.
Right now. I can see her on my phone.
She's gonna watch it later, but she'll only watch like 5 minutes and then be done with it.
I'm texting her right now.
Oh, no. Kathy said we will come find you. So no breakfast on Sunday for the bunker. Yeah, I think I'm doing coffee at the Dempsey's on Sunday morning. I am going to take a couple of weekends off here pretty soon, and so there may not be a show. There may not be shows next weekend, and we'll see what happens for the weekend of August 18 or 14. I'm supposed to be in Gatlinburg, Greenbrier Hotel. That's it, West Virginia. Bren, yes, that's where I was supposed to go this summer to check out that amazing bunker up there, and I didn't get to go. Okay, so look, here it is. She did it.
I saw it. I was reading that. I was like trying to think, okay, how long is Ernie going to talk? Because I could just go over there and make one real quick and then be back in a jiff.
You could. Sorry.
It is hard to find slow gin when you're not in the South, though.
It's hard to find slow gin even in the South. It just depends on your stores. Valerie said you better hope. Yes, Jackson Hole's awesome, Richard. So I've got to ask you, I normally save this for later, but what's your current project that you're working on?
Geez, man, you had me all like, I was like sweating. I was thinking, God, he's going to ask me like, how do you feel about Black Lives Matter or something, like, just really getting into it.
Nope, I don't get political. I don't get. It's all about just pointless chatter on this show.
I was just trying to figure out like what my best answer would be for.
I don't ask a lot of deep.
You really geared that one up. You wound me up there, man.
So this could potentially offend half of the 19,000 people that are watching right now, Nick. But
did we dropped that many? I thought we were at 23,000.
We were at 20. Now we're at 18. See, we have just me asking what your current project was controversial enough.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple current projects as per usual. The biggest, I guess, most intense one, if whatever you want to call it, it's not intense. It's just the most important one, I should say, is actually a 3-book deal I've got with Book Couture. It's a publishing company out in the UK. I think I told you about them.
You did.
I just wrapped up book 1 and did final edits and all that, or they sent back final edits and approved and all that. So that one's ready for publication, and I'm in the middle of writing book 2 right now.
Yeah. And you're enjoying, you said that you're really enjoying the process with them.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I didn't think I would, I don't know. I didn't think I would hate it by any stretch, but I didn't think I would love it. And I think I love it. I think I really enjoy the process of having a team of people. I mean, they've got like 3 different editors that are tackling this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And none of these editors are like, your story sucks, you need to change everything. Like I think that's the fear a lot of authors have is,
I don't
want an editor because they're going to change my baby. And I'm like, first of all, none of my writing is very precious to me. I'm just sort of like, here's the story. I think it's fun. If you think it's fun, great, buy it. If not, move along. I hear Ernie writes, good stories too. So, I think I really was surprised by just how enjoyable the process was. And yet there are aspects of it that I can't stand, like the editing, not because the feedback is bad, but because the feedback is good. And they're making me answer questions like, hey, why is there a giant gaping plot hole right here? And I'm like, because it's art, leave me alone. They want me to fix that stuff, I'm like, oh, fine. So the book is going to be one of the best things I've ever written, but that's only because it's been like designed by a team of professionals. So
that's great.
I'm really looking forward to that one. That one's called Containment. The first one, it's out at the end of August, I think, or actually it might be September. That was one thing that was surprised me about the process too, is how slow. Like we all know traditional is slower than indie, right? But this was kind of a like they go faster than traditional, and it's still months before like the book's done. What are we waiting on? Just get it out tonight,
Yeah.
But they have like marketing plans and all that fun stuff. So
all right,
what a better job. But it's up for pre-order, so if you can go pre-order it, it's $2.99.
Nice. And it's called Containment.
Yeah, it was going to be called The Last Good Man, and it was about this last good man, I guess. And there's a virus, and it starts killing everybody. And so they were like, "Hey, this is interesting because it's kind of happening right now.
Yeah,
maybe we should rush this and call it Containment." So we changed the name. They changed the name and changed up the marketing plan a little bit. And so we're not rushing, pushing it to market a little faster than we'd planned. So.
Okay. That's cool. I like to hear about that, and that there's a company out there that sounds like they're doing right with the authors, and that you're happy with the process. And Kevin's doing something with them too, right? Or he's trying to, or
he's trying to, yeah. And I've sent a couple emails. I believe they're just trying to pace themselves with bringing on new authors.
Sure.
But he's trying to get in there, and he's got some things written. But you know how it works, man. Like in our world, if they say no, then now we just have a series that we can write ourselves.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Ourselves. So there's really no downside in trying to just ask and see what they say. But for me, this was more of a career decision than a financial decision. There was I don't now. I hope I'm wrong. That'd be awesome if I'm wrong. But I don't think this will make a ton of money compared to what the Harvey Bennett series is doing and things like that. But this was an opportunity for me to work with different people and do something I haven't done before. I'd been hearing really good things about the company, and then they reached out to me and totally, cold called me and just was like, "Hey, we want to have a series with you." And so there's some of that, like I feel flattered, honored, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But that they picked me and wanted me to write this stuff.
That's very cool.
So, we'll see where it goes, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a great book. Geez, it better be by now. I've put more into this one than any of the other stuff I've written before, but that's because I have all these people asking me, "Can you make this story not suck a little bit?" And I'm like, "All right, fine, yeah, I guess, whatever. I mean, you guys are the professionals, whatever you want." So,
yeah, it's interesting when you work with editors that look at the story arc and the line edits and all those things that we don't really think about because we get caught up in seeing it all happen in our mind.
Exactly.
And like I know that you do this really well. Your pacing is strong. You have a good hook at the beginning of the story. You do really captivating prologues. And which I just love. That's one of my favorite things to read in a story, like what we write.
Yeah, me too.
This prologue, and you're just like, "Ah, yes,
dude." I'll put in I think Enigma Strain has 3 prologues.
It does, yeah. I gave you crap about
after prologues, yeah.
Yeah, I gave you a hard time about. So we were.
I'm just gonna make a book. It's gonna be pure prologues. That's it. It's just gonna be the whole book is gonna take place in the prologue.
Yeah,
prologue, and then epilogue. We're done.
Prologues, I have found that I don't just like reading them; I love writing them. And I wrote the prologue for the Milestone Protocol, which is going to be coming out sometime this fall. And I wrote that yesterday or 2 days ago, and I'm super excited about this story. And the prologue always gets me going. I'm just like, oh yeah,
excited. The problem is then I have 80,000 words after the prologue I have to come up with, and I'm like, God. Oh.
Well, not really, because you did 3 in Enigma Strain. I mean, you had like 30,000.
Yeah, well, that was the strategy, right? It was like, let me stay excited in this and just make another prologue. And finally, I was like, I gotta write something here.
And 4 chapters of story.
That's right, exactly.
So I think there's a story on top of a long prologue.
yeah, I mean, maybe we just start careers as like prologue writers. We just Thacker, author of Prologues.
Well, now that brings me to the next thing I was going to ask you about, because it's funny because I've never expressed this. Maybe I have expressed it, but you and I have a little bit of a connection that I feel, and I don't feel it with very many other authors because there are very few that have lived in that world. But I had my narrator on a couple weeks ago, John Perhala. He's a musician, and you're a musician, and you still do a lot of stuff with music, and even deeper than John. And John's a pretty accomplished musician, but you actually do composing.
Well, that's what I've always wanted to do, believe it or not. This author thing was I got out of college with a degree in trombone, technically.
My brother played trombone. Okay.
Everybody plays trombone, absolutely.
I played the trumpet.
Oh, that's why, yeah, you were a loser. You guys are all pretentious. Trombone play, that's where all the fun was. We were all having fun. You guys were all focused on music. But I went to school to study composition, and so that was basically my track was composition, with the intent of becoming a film score composer. But that's like saying I want to be a rock star. So you kind of get out of college and you've got your trombone degree and you're sitting there going, anybody need some trombone? And
Trombone Shorty made a living out of it.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the
one guy.
He's the one guy. He's in New Orleans, I think, right? Louisiana?
Yeah, we don't go there.
We don't talk about
Well, Kat's from Louisiana. She probably knows Trombone Shorty personally.
I mean, it's like people who are from like Japan. You're like, I know somebody from Japan. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Trombone Shorty's from Louisiana. Have you met him?
Yeah.
Like there's just two people in Louisiana.
Exactly. Oh,
yeah,
Denise. Yes. Okay. I'll make sure that I'll try to make sure that I do more with the prologues, or just message you more. But keep talking about your composition because I'm so fascinated about this.
Well, I used to have a website for it, but then the website blew up and I never put it back up because I lost all the backups. But that's a different story. Yeah, I do. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we should talk, Richard. I know he and I have interacted before, or I'm talking to Richard now. You and I have interacted before, Richard. I just can't remember what we talked about. I have to go back through emails. I don't remember anything these days. So in my old age, which we'll get to at the end of this call.
That's right.
Remember that? See how you bring that back, man? I'm like a news anchor, a professional.
You really are. You're a man of like master of all and jack of none.
Now with the weather. So composition, yeah, I do all kinds of stuff with I do some library music, which is like stock music type stuff. I'm really into like trailers, like movie trailers and making those. I haven't done any for actual films, but I've written a bunch of movie trailers, or trailer music, I should say. Yeah, I mean, I've done all kinds of just random stuff. I had a job for a long time at a church doing music. So that's sort of my professional experience with it was the worship stuff at a church.
You were in music ministries type stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
I have a good buddy in Orlando that does that. And he's just so happy. He's one of the best musicians I've ever met. And he just loves it. That's so cool. Did you ever, now I think I've asked you this before, but did you ever tour? Did you ever play in like a rock band or anything like that?
I did, but I didn't tour. Like we had a couple rock bands start. I mean, even like I think as early as like late middle school or early high school. And I mean, like we were for a high school band, pretty serious. We played gigs and stuff and did all that. Mm-hmm. Never took it to the next level, but I had the opportunity to go play on a cruise ship when I was in college. They came around and they were recruiting and stuff. And like they were like, hey, we're going to give you like $25,000 a year, but you're going to live on the boat and everything's paid for, so that money, you can't even spend it if you try.
Yep.
And I almost did. My trombone professor was like, don't do that. And I asked him why. And he's like, well, because I knew a guy who did that. He just did a 1-year stint. And I was like, well, what happened to him? He goes, he's still doing it. So it's one of those things where you just get sucked in. It's your whole life, and then all of a sudden 50 years go by and you're still on a boat. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing about it, but I was like, I don't think I want to do this for the next 20 years. Right. So I said no to that one. But I've never done like a tour type thing, but I was just talking to somebody about this. We need to have like an indie author band that just does cover songs of like classic rock stuff, but then like rewrite all the lyrics.
Yeah.
So it's indie author centric. So like me, you, like Dave Behrens can be one of them.
Yeah, Behrens.
Like he's got some skills. He's got some vocal talent.
I need to get Behrens. No, wait. Now, see, Behrens is like he's the better version of me.
That's what I tell everybody. That's exactly what I tell people. I'm like, Ernest Dempsey? Okay, he's like not as good as David Behrens.
Yeah. Have you heard of Ernest Dempsey? No. Have you heard of Dave Behrens? Yeah. Well, don't bother with Dempsey. He's like Behrens light.
That's right. Exactly. It's like Canada.
It's like what?
It's like Canada.
Easy. Denise is from Canada. Oh no.
Who's in Canada? I don't know.
In fact, we have a couple of Canadians on this call. Now we just offended an entire nation. Good one, Nick.
But they're Canadian. They'll probably be okay.
They're so friendly. So oh my goodness. So, man, I had another question, but I can't remember it. But Behrens, he's from Knoxville, and he's a big tennis player. I used to be really into tennis back when I was younger. I played every summer.
That's cool.
Did it a ton. No, it was a lot of work, and that's why
that's not cool.
My dad now he still is like, I just don't understand why you don't play tennis. You were so good. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe because you made me practice for 4 hours every day in June and July and May in southern Tennessee, like from 9 to 1, and then doubles practice started at 2, right? Jeez. And I'm like, we're like, it was fun for a while. And then right around the time I became a junior in high school, I was like, I'm done with this. Like, this is too much work. So Behrens, though, is unquestionably better than I ever was. And he's also a singer. He's probably got better range than me and better pitch control. He probably writes better books. Oh, look, Sam's already on it. Here we go. There comes the avalanche on Ernie. Man, my career's over. Dave Behrens just picked up all my reader friends.
Well, he's also probably better at growing long hair than we are. I haven't seen a picture of you with long hair, but I have seen a picture of Dave with long hair, and I had to take a breath.
So my hair was down to my shoulders.
Okay, I had the shoulder hair for a little. Yeah,
I looked like Kurt Cobain.
So I was Scott Stapp from Creed. That was my. Okay.
So
that's my thing.
Okay, Marv is frowning. Why are you frowning? I don't know why.
She probably doesn't like Dave Behrens.
Okay, Sam saves the day. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I almost believe those words.
So we found that
believe them.
Sam Nash is Ernie's Facebook pin name.
Yes. I can't wait to have Sam on again. But you did just give me an idea for a future guest with Dave Behrens.
Oh yeah, dude, you got to have him on the show. I don't think people will be able to tell the difference. You guys will be talking, and it'll be like this weird Southern drawl, like talking about tennis, and then people will be like, "Well, I don't even know who's talking right now."
Behrens and we look nothing alike.
I don't know. We all start to kind of morph together once you start the Southern drawl comes in, and I write books and play tennis with my tennis balls. And
now wait a minute.
Southern drawl.
I was not using my Southern accent. It's barely detectable, but I can use it if
I'm sure it'll slip into it if Behrens gets on the call.
Yeah, maybe. Well, John Perhalla's from the South. He's from Atlanta and South Carolina, now living in Brevard, North Carolina, and there's been a little bit of Southern stuff, but I don't know, it's weird. A lot of us don't have that accent, and I don't know why. It's very strange. It's like my granddad had it, but my dad doesn't, and his brother does. Yeah. It's like that scene in Christmas Vacation. He's like, it's over here, no nothing, but right here, if this gets dented, my hair is just not going to look right.
Cousin Eddie, is he like your spirit animal? Was that, if you had to be an actor, wouldn't he be the one?
He would. He is not my spirit animal. I'll tell you who my spirit animal is. Peter Gibbons.
I don't know who that is.
Office Space. Peter Gibbons.
Office Space. Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah. We in fact the last year in the school system, I was so frustrated with a lot of the decisions being made and how things were going that a friend and I actually talked about that. We were coworkers and said, from now until the end of the year, Peter Gibbons is my spirit animal. And I was like, I love that.
So you come into the meeting and say, I probably get maybe 5 or 10 minutes of work done every week.
No, it got to the point where, I always loved working with the kids, right? The kids were great. You cut up with them and you could almost be one of them, like you could do funny pranks with them and they were always, slap them on the back, in the hall, and you give them a hard time and they give you a hard time, and it was great. And but the decision makers were the problem, like the central office and the board and all of them, and so they when they start putting too much on you, it takes the fun out of working with kids, especially when you end up doing more paperwork than working with kids.
Right.
And so when they told me that I was going to have to start documenting how much time I did each of my activities, I was like, that's going to take more time away from what I want to do.
Yep.
So I'm just going to pass, and you guys can have that contract back that you handed me, and
there you go.
I'll walk on.
And the rest is history.
That's right. The rest is history. Denise, I love your spirit animal. That's great. By the way, how cool is the way she spells her name? I've never seen it like that. So
it's Denise, but it's Leonard, right? Is that how you pronounce that?
French Canadian.
Yeah. So I was going to say it definitely looks French. So.
Yeah. Oh, Sam, I keep forgetting to watch Mrs. Doubtfire again so I can do a better version of that accent for you. I'll work on it. I'll make a note in my phone right now. Watch Mrs. Doubtfire. Putting it in the to-do list. I really am.
Now it's a work-related expense.
It's right below getting new air filters. So it's right after that. So there you go. Zydeco. Yeah, chubby carrier, Zydeco dudes. Mm-hmm. Okay. I see where you're going with that.
Zydeco in years. See, I don't even remember which words that she's referring to. We've said so many fighting.
I think it might have been your Canadian comments.
I'm sure.
Are angry. Look at the angry face from.
I think even Canadians agree that they're basically just a state at this point.
Mm. Yeah, but what a great state. They're all friends.
I didn't say it was a bad state. I just said it's a state.
I really want to visit. I want to visit where Denise is from up in Quebec. Like, I really want to check out Quebec City. And I really want to, and then I want to go to the other side. The Southern accent. Oh, leave it alone. Yeah. And then I want to go to the other side. I want to go to Banff and Vancouver. And I really want to hit Vancouver because I've never been up to those areas. I've only been to Toronto and Hamilton, and that was it.
I've never been to Canada. We had an opportunity. We didn't. We were up in Seattle for a little while, and we were thinking about going up to Vancouver. We didn't have passports and all that, and didn't want to deal with it, so we didn't do it.
Well, it's like a whole other country. Denise will tell you that it's almost like its own country. Now, I said that to her a few shows back, and she's like, almost.
It's right. It's like it's a state, so it's almost like it's its own country, though. It's so close to having its own culture.
I love it. And it's one of my buddies, one of my good buddies, married a girl from her family's from Newfoundland, and so that's way up there.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Right as I say it, got to try Newfoundland. Yeah. I have a connection up there, and I have not pried that one yet, but I want to check it out. I also want to check out Nova Scotia. It looks really cool, and there's a lot of just what I love about it, about Canada in general is this is like a tenth of the population and so much wilderness, There's
Right.
just so much country there.
Yeah, I'd love to get up there sometime, but
No, Cat. I have not been to Ireland yet. I had a free, all expenses paid trip to Ireland in college to go with the orchestra from Southern Adventist University. I had the family I worked for offered, they knew I had always wanted to go, and they offered to pay my way. And I was going to go and tour with the orchestra in Ireland, and then the conductor of the orchestra found out I wasn't in the orchestra. Because they asked him, they're like, can we, pay for him to go? And they found out I wasn't in the orchestra, and he said, no, he can't go. And I'm like, listen, I'll be a roadie. I'll carry equipment and instruments, and like I'll do whatever. Like I'll do the grunt work for you guys, because that was what my job was anyway, was doing grunt work. I was in landscaping, so carrying trombones and timpani and all that stuff, no problem. And he said no. So he is a villain in one of my stories now.
There you go.
And
you kill him with like orchestral apparatus.
Well, no, he's gonna get his comeuppance in my next story, the Milestone Protocol. So, nice. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Nova Scotia's beautiful. PEI is so gorgeous. Okay, Prince Edward Island. All right. The whole maritime provinces are well worth going to. I love it. I gotta go. I gotta check it out. It's been too long since I've been up there, and I really didn't get to see much, and I was young. So young that I was 15 years old at the end of 1990.
Wow, you're bringing it back to square one here.
See how I did that?
I do. So it's a good way of signaling the end of the show too.
Well, we got like 8 minutes left, and I want to
make
sure that we circle back and representing New Brunswick. Nice. I knew you were from up there. So tell everyone how old you were in 1990. I haven't made a guess.
Well, it depends on what month. 1990, of course. But in the wee months of 1990, I was but 2 years old.
Really?
Yep. And then April, I turned 3.
So you were born in 87?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
1987.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I can't even do the math on that.
So we feel like we can't be friends now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's cultural references that you won't get. So like earlier you said classic rock, and you're referring to like Pearl Jam.
I meant like, Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Like Nickelback. The classic rock bands. Backstreet Boys,
Backstreet Boys.
The usual, man.
No, I kid you not. We almost did a Backstreet Boys cover for our last reunion show.
That would be amazing.
And what we ended up doing was we did a Britney Spears song. We did "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," and it was hilarious. The crowd was losing their minds. And
man, when I first got started as an author, I had my own website, of course, I still do, but I was not the number one result. The number one result was a guy named Nick Thacker sitting at his desk just like this, singing Backstreet Boys very poorly. I'm sure it's still on YouTube somewhere, but that was the first result. And so people would search Nick Thacker and they would get that video, and he didn't look unlike me, like people might have thought that he was me doing this, idiotic thing, and I had to work hard for that SEO juice to get my website all on the first page, and his needed to be out of there.
Don't get me started on it. Google and SEO. I have done everything right SEO wise. I have done everything correct since the Panda update of 2010 or whatever it was, and then the updates after that. I have jumped through every hoop and done everything naturally and exactly how they want it. And Google my name and read the bio and see what happens. It still says I'm from Pakistan, and it drives me crazy. I spent 2 hours with them this week emailing back and forth with Google about that. I'm like, listen,
we just need to start our own internet. That's what we need to do.
We need to do what Al Gore did and invent the internet all over again.
That's what
Wasn't it him that said that he did it? Didn't he say he invented? Who was it that said they invented it but was clearly lying? Who was that? I can't remember. Oh, that's political. That was almost political. I brought up a political name. I didn't mean to do that. But he's going on 2 hours up the road from me.
I can't hear. So there's something's going on with the sound on my end. Is that happening for you as well?
I hear you.
Probably my internet. But you're just. It sounds like you're just going a bunch of vocal fry, which you might be doing. I don't know. Maybe you just have like that vocal fry voice.
Maybe
like every morning. Haven't had my coffee yet.
Maybe I need a Kevin Tomlinson microphone.
Yeah, all I can hear is you going.
Oh, so can everybody else hear me?
I don't know what you're saying. It's getting bad. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna do a screenshot here. I'll post this for people so they don't think I'm just trying to get off the phone or trying to get off the call. Let me hold on a sec. New movie recording. How do I do it? I don't even know how to do this anymore. That's what you sound like. All right, here we go. I wonder if I can record the sound.
Okay, so everybody says they hear me fine.
Yeah, I think it's bad internet connection, but I don't want to stop the. I don't want to get on. There's another Wi-Fi thing I can get on, but I don't want to do that. We'll make it work.
This is interesting. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do this a strange way. This is almost like doing Morse code. So we're going to end the show here because we're at about an hour anyway. I'm going to type.
It's okay. We've only got 1 more hour of this, right? So we can make it through. Yeah, I can't hear you at all. I think my internet's just super slow, and so it's. Am I muted? I'm not muted. I shouldn't be muted. Kathleen thinks I'm muted.
Shouldn't be muted. I didn't hit anything to mute you.
So they're all hearing me. Okay, I saw your little comment. Yeah, sorry, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Nope. It just started about 5 minutes ago. It's just started cutting and then slowly got worse and worse. I think you're just messing with me. I think it's actually sounding fine, and you just brought me on for like all 23,000 people are in on the joke.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys can find my books online on the internet. I've got a website, nickthacker.com. Amazon's always a place to go to find it. Most of them are available in all the formats you'd want. So paperback, hardcover, audio, that kind of thing. So yeah, go check them out. And of course, if you go to my website, I'll give you 3 free books. So you don't even have to buy them. See if you like them. And then of course, come back here and let me know if mine are better than Ernie's, which I'm pretty sure they are, but just in case, you just to give me a little bit more confidence, and I need the confidence boost, obviously. So you can just go ahead and let us know that way. Just go read both of ours. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I mentioned Backstreet Boys, and StreamYard was like, nope, not here. Maybe they have like a secret anti-Backstreet. Maybe they're NSYNC folks over at StreamYard. Maybe that's what it is.
So funny.
Mentioning Nickelback. Never made it as a wise man.
So I'm thinking that you. What'd you say? You hear me? Huh? Yeah, no?
Nothing.
All right.
I see your mouth moving. But
yeah, all right. So I'm saying thank you for being on the show, and look at Nick like talking silently. Thank you so much to Nick Thacker for being on the show.
Anyway, man, sorry for the internet crap. I see your message. Thanks for having me on the show. Once I get good internet out in Hawaii, then I'll come on and I'll be your boy every week, man. We'll just get some drinks and we'll do drinks with Dempsey every day. We'll just do it every afternoon. How about that?
I think my wife would leave me.
See, I can't hear you at all, so I'm assuming that you said yes. That sounds great. And I am now the official 100% everyday guest on Drinks with Dempsey. All right, dude.
Hold on.
I can't hear anything, so I'm gonna go.
He's killing me, guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to have better internet out there, but we're supposed to have good internet here. It's supposed to be fiber. I don't think it's anything close to fiber. We'll see.
All right. Well, I will. Let me.
Kevin Tomlinson sent a photo to us. We should see what that is.
Hold on. This is
Do I
so
even want
weird.
to
I
check
don't know
it
why
right now?
this is happening. So,
All right, man.
anyway, guys, thank you so
I'll see
much
you
for joining
backstage.
us today. I'm sorry for the technical issues. It's very strange. I don't know why this is happening, but check out Nick's books. And this is the price we pay for doing live shows. So sometimes things don't go according to plan, but it's been great to have Nick here. And I'll see you guys again next week. And I'm going to try to contact Dave Behrens and see if I can get him on there. Oh, thank you, Mia. I appreciate that. And I will see you guys Sunday morning for coffee at the Dempsey's. And yeah, so have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. And thanks for joining us once again. And special thanks to my friend Nick, who cannot hear me right now, who is a spectacular writer. I'll talk to you guys Sunday.